Christine.
And today we have Miss Wendy Collinsworth with us. And she is the owner of Haute Cakes and Cookies. She was on the Food Network as a competitor. She's also a writer, a travel enthusiast, and a mom. Welcome, Wendy.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
we're
you
so
for having
excited
me.
to have you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And of course, we have so many
exciting.
questions. Where do we begin?
Well, okay, so what's your favorite thing to make as a baker? Or decorator?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. So I will confess, I hate the baking part of it. I bake to get to the decorating part.
There you go.
So you're more of a cake bake or more of a cake decorator.
Designer.
Yeah, yes. So I love to sculpt things. People that have like crazy ideas for cakes and stuff like that. That's what I like to do. I like to make their dreams a reality.
So the challenge, if it's a challenge, you love it.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So I heard that you were on the Food Network and you did this competition. Could you walk us through the competition?
Yes, tell us how you did it.
So the show was called Food Network Challenge, and it was the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special.
Oh my gosh, I love the peanuts.
So now,
So
how
I
did
do
you
too.
even hear about this or like get into
To do it.
signing up for it? Yeah.
So it was crazy. Somehow I ended up in this private group with Carrie Vincent. For those who don't know, Carrie Vincent was like one of the main judges for Food Network and for, on Food Network. And she did the Oklahoma Sugar Art Show for many years before she passed away a couple years ago. But she somehow, me and a few other girls and some guys were in this group online a long time ago. And we just started talking about stuff, and then she was the one that posted the auditions for it. And she said, with her Australian accent, she said,
Oh, how neat.
You all should try out. So
when you go to this challenge, you're not only baking the cake, but then you're decorating the cake and coming up with a theme.
yeah, well, we don't bake it on set.
Okay.
So we have to bring the cake already made, but we do have to put it all together. We had to put everything together and just decorate it there. And we had 8 hours to do that with a 5:30 a.m. call time.
Oh my gosh.
And with a 3-month audition process before that. So
Wow.
it was a long process.
And I noticed that you have a big Charlie Brown. How is he? It looks like he's about 3 feet.
I think he was about 3 feet tall. I
Okay,
think
and
he
how
was
did
about
you
3 feet.
assemble him together to put the frosting on or the...
Well, every
Fondant?
cake needs a structure, just like a house needs a foundation. You need a foundation and a structure to do these crazy cakes. So I had like a wood base, and then I had like some piping to go through there, and then another base. And so you just stack up the cake.
Oh my gosh, so you're not putting styrofoam on it and then wrapping it around...
Well, I think there was a portion of the cake that was styrofoam that we were allowed to have like a percentage of the cake to be as
wow.
styrofoam.
So it had to
for
mostly
decorating.
be cake.
It had to mostly, like a percentage of it could only be styrofoam, but mostly it had to be cake.
Okay, so educate me on frosting, because I know nothing about frosting and how you decorate a cake.
Well, that kind of cake you would put together by basically layering it, stacking it up, and then, like the cake with a small layer of frosting, the buttercream, another layer of cake, buttercream, and so just to get to whatever size that you need it to be. And then you carve it, like with a big knife. You just carve the shape that you want.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you go back over it with what's called a crumb coat, and then you pop it in the fridge to let it kind of set. And then you come back and go over it again with another thicker layer of frosting, and then you add the fondant, the rolled fondant, which is kind of like it's sugar dough, but it's like Play-Doh, like playing with Play-Doh.
Okay, because that's what it kind of looks like,
Yeah.
Play-Doh.
That's the smooth.
Looks like a flexible,
Yeah.
bendable
Yeah,
thing that
it's
you
fun.
you can, bend however you wanted
Yeah.
to achieve the look.
It's kind of like what's around a truffle, like a cake pop.
Oh yeah,
The
that's
outside
right.
of a cake pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. That's dipped. Like you can dip it in fondant or dip it in chocolate to get that smooth. But
Yeah, it's
you
usually-
could do a number of things.
So how did you come up with the Charlie Brown theme?
Well, they actually gave it to us, and
Okay.
they said, "This is the show that you're going to do. Like we want you to be on this show." There were multiple shows that they were taping that week, and they chose me for that show. And so they gave us a choice of scenes to do. Like we had to pick which scene from the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special. And so I chose the theme of doing the scene in the kitchen where they're prepping the Thanksgiving meal, and Charlie Brown, well, it wasn't Charlie, it was Snoopy and Woodstock. They were in the kitchen putting toast in the toaster, and
how cute.
Snoopy got his ear caught in the toaster. So like in the cartoon, it shows it like kind of steaming, and Woodstock freaks out.
So how many times did you have to make Charlie Brown until you perfected it to get on to the show?
Well, we practiced a lot. My assistant and I practiced for, we found out probably in January, and then we taped, I think, in March or April. And so we would go, like, every week we would meet together and we would practice what we were going to do. So we knew, like, what the cake had to be, but we were trying to work together to figure out the best method to get from point A to point B.
Did it go as expected?
It did for the most part. There were a few hiccups. I mean, it's live, we're taping live. But I didn't even stop to take a break to go to the bathroom. I just worked right through, because it was like we had to be done by
anything that you were like, man, why did I do that? Or why did I do this? Or yes, I got this.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of things like that, in hindsight, because, you don't know. They tell you what the setup, kind of like what the setup is going to be before you get there. But then when you get there, you have to, it's not your own kitchen. So it's, you're not working with, like from memory, like, okay, this tool's here. And so
I see.
It's a little bit.
And your anxiety is a little bit higher than normal, I would think. And then it's like, okay, where is everything? Are all my ingredients right in front of me?
Right. It was kind of like that.
Wow.
And I think for me, I grew up on a kids' TV show, like when I was in junior high for a few years with my church. And so, I grew up on stage as well, acting and stuff. So it was comfortable. Like once I settled in, it was like, okay, I'm going now. Like I'm making the cake now. I settled in, and it was. I felt the stress leave. So it was just like, okay, this is my comfort zone, I guess. So it was a good experience. It was a great experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
I
a
know
great
you didn't win
experience.
first place, but
No.
just to be
Just
on the
to be
program.
chosen, because
Yeah.
the other people who were there, who were on the show, wonderful, insanely creative and talented cake designers, but they had all done the show before, and I was the only new one.
Oh.
So they kind of have a storyline, like where they they throw somebody new in, to kind of cause some drama and, maybe hope for, a disaster for TV.
Oh, that's
but it didn't happen on our show. Like
Well, that's
every
good.
cake turned out pretty well. So I
Well,
was
and not
happy
only
with my
are you a
work.
cake designer, you also do gingerbread houses or gingerbread men.
Well, I do. Okay, so this is as my boys are 17 and 14. So as they got older, I had my business for about 20 years now. And as they got older, I was missing a lot of their baseball games on the weekend, because everybody has events that require a cake on the weekend. So I started taking less and less orders and focusing on just doing gingerbread house, like private gingerbread house parties during the
wow.
holidays. And
Like
it has
how
been
to
amazing.
decorate them, or
Yeah. So what we do, we bring, I bring like a huge bar of candy. I mean, like it's almost a mile of candy, not really, but it feels like, there's so much candy. And so everything's set up really pretty on the bar. And then I put all their kits, in front of them. And so I teach them how to put the kits together to make the house. And then they just go, with decorating on their own. And
oh, how fun!
Sounds like fun, doesn't it?
Yes,
It's
painting with a
it is-
twist, but painting
should
with
totally do that.
I know
It's
it's like a
kinda like
gingerbread
that.
house painting by
It's like that, because I've done office parties, I do families, I do girlfriends. And every party is different. So it's a lot of fun
That
with
sounds like fun.
what they.
And you're doing
what they
Dallas
share.
and Fort Worth as well.
Yes, Dallas, Fort Worth.
you're all over the
Argyle,
place.
everywhere. Yes.
So you're a Fort Worth girl.
Originally from New
Originally?
Orleans.
Oh,
Originally
okay.
from New Orleans. So, but I moved here in '94. So
Okay,
I've been here long enough
You've been here long enough.
to be considered a Fort Worth girl.
It's your home now.
It's my home.
Okay, so you love to travel. You're a travel enthusiast.
Yes.
Where is your favorite place you've been?
Paris.
Paris.
Oh, I love
And
Paris.
Italy.
love
but
Paris.
I love Paris, and I love Italy. Venice was probably my favorite in Italy, but Paris, because growing up in New Orleans, like there's such a culture, the French culture
It is,
and the
yeah.
Spanish culture
Yeah.
and Creole Cajun. And it's just a mesh of those cultures with the architecture. And so going to Paris was like my,
Home away from home.
yeah, I mean, I felt so comfortable. And it's funny because when I went to Paris, I felt like more comfortable like communicating with people. It's weird, like with as far as like I took French in high school, but I also took Spanish, but I can't remember any of the Spanish, so I remember a little bit of the French. So I don't know, I just
Oh, I
felt like it
love
was
Paris.
home. Yeah.
So I did a study abroad program for 6 weeks, and I went over there to learn more French. And of course, every time I talked, it sounded like I was speaking Spanish. Now, I don't know a lick of Spanish, so it was like, no, I'm really trying to speak French. And they go, just speak English. Speak English. Because they were working on their English.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, they know 5 languages over there. And
Right.
It doesn't, yeah.
When you're there, they appreciate you at least attempting to speak their language.
Absolutely.
But many of them know English.
Well, and it's
so.
such a beautiful, beautiful city, beautiful food, and of
Yes.
course, beautiful pastries.
Yes.
And I heard that you
Amazing.
love making pastries as well.
I do. French macarons. And the cake that I did that was in Indulge magazine a while back was of a French, like just a French street with all the, Chanel and the Louis Vuitton. And so
It's
that
a
and
beautiful.
cakes
It's
with
a
the
beautiful cake.
tower of French macarons on the top.
A beautiful
my
tower of
gosh.
macarons.
And that it's a delicacy.
Is it macaron or macaroon?
Okay, so macaroon with double O's
That's-
are the coconut.
Right, the coconut.
Right. So
Oh, yeah,
French
yeah, yeah. Okay,
macaron
macaron.
is
Macaron.
different. It's made with
And
almond flour.
I've never made them myself, but I've heard from other bakers that it's a process.
It is
to make those little things.
very difficult. It's the
That's why they're
most
so
difficult cookie.
expensive.
That's why they're so expensive. People don't understand that. It's the most difficult cookie to make because if the temperature is wrong or the humidity is wrong, it doesn't. They have like little feet, like when you pipe them out and put them in the oven, they kind of spring up. And if they don't have the feet at the bottom, then the whole thing is, they're hollow inside. They're supposed to be
Fluffy inside.
a little bit moist in the inside,
Spongy.
but crunchy on the crisp on the
'cause
outside.
you're right. There is a crunchiness, but yet it's a softness.
It's
And then
soft.
you've got the cream in the middle.
Right.
So what is your favorite flavor? Do you have one?
Chocolate, mocha coconut filling. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Do you make them at home?
Pistachio.
I do.
Okay, nice.
Not that often because it takes a lot of work and busy with the baseball boys, but
Right.
Yeah.
So
But yes,
with
I
all
do.
that baseball going on, do you guys have plans to go anywhere like travel wise?
we do. We travel every summer with our boys, and in fact, that is how I got to go to Italy for the first time because my
Okay.
younger son was on Team USA when he was younger, and they got to compete in it was called the
Hey, how
Tricolore
cool
Games.
is that?
Yeah,
a
that's
select team
awesome.
that gets to go to Italy.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that before.
yeah. So it was
cool.
it was a neat event because it was in Reggio Emilia, Italy, which is the northwestern part, about an hour and a half south of Milan. And beautiful people, beautiful food, and it's not like there's not even a souvenir. I mean, they're like, why are you here? Like we're here for baseball, and they're looking at you. But just amazing people, and the experience was it was great because it was like it was like a junior Olympics. There were swimmers there were gymnasts, there were fencers,
That's
and
cool.
every sport and countries from around the world that competed in that. So
Are
that
you doing
was a
that
lot
again
of
this
fun.
summer?
We were supposed to do it last summer with my younger son, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. So maybe there's different age divisions. So maybe when it happens again.
Where's your next travel
I don't know.
itinerary?
I don't know. Well, I know in the summer we're in the United States.
You haven't figured out where
we've
you're
gone
going
to
yet?
Omaha, Arkansas, Tennessee,
I know
Cincinnati.
Omaha's really big
Yeah,
for baseball.
Right. So
What's the World Series?
Right. Yeah. College
Yeah.
World Series. And that's fun to go to. We did that one year with the boys when they had an event there. But so in the summer, it's whatever schedule, wherever the tournaments are for their age group. That's where we'll go. So, but the next international trip, my husband wants to do Switzerland. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Ooh,
He's like,
that would
"Start
be
I want to
so
do
fun.
Switzerland too.
I bet they've got some amazing pastries there.
Probably so, yes. My parents have been there, and they enjoyed that trip. So
what is your next future plans in your business?
Well,
Do you have any?
okay, so I don't know. I'm in this in between stage where I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's the next thing for me that works with my lifestyle and with our family? Because the reason why I started the business in the first place was to have time freedom, and I can control my own schedule. So if I want to put a lot on the books, I can do that. If I need to take a break, I can do that. So that was very much my motivator, is to be able to help with, to contribute to the household as well, but to have that time freedom. That is to me, that's precious, because you they're only young for a certain amount of time.
Right.
And then, if you don't take that time to be with your kids and to go to their things. And I'm not saying that everybody, I know that not everybody can do that.
Yeah, we totally understand, because we're hairstylists.
Right.
And we can make our own hours
Right.
and adapt to what we need to do.
That's what I loved about being my own boss.
Yeah,
Was
I
that
had
I
3
could
boys,
go to
and there were Saturdays that I wanted to take off and go to the baseball games or tournaments that were
Right.
traveling across Texas.
Right.
Or I don't know. It just was really a flexible career for us,
Yeah.
for me.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's that. It's creative. It allows with hairstyling as well. It allows you to have that creative freedom that you work with your client's hair, and that's kind of what I feel like with my cake business too. That I have the creativity. If somebody says this is what I want, I can sketch it out and bring it to life for them, and that's how I get my creative. That whatever that is inside of me out. But I'm in the middle of right now trying to figure out, okay, how is that going to look when my boys are out of the house, because they're 17 and 14, and
I don't have much longer.
no, and
They're going to
so
go off and
maybe I'll start a podcast.
right.
Well, I know you like to write too.
Yes.
So have you thought about maybe doing a cookbook, or how to do cake decorating or something like that? Or
Okay, so there's a few things on my mind as far as what to do, but I'd like, just for personal, like for our family, to do just like a collection of our own. Like my mom side of the family is from Italy, and I'd like to be able to put like all of our family recipes into some type of
that
book.
would be great.
But that's a personal thing. But with my older son, he growing up, he's had a lot of food allergies, and to gluten and dairy and wheat and food coloring, and I found that it's a struggle, because it affects his behavior, because it affects the two frontal lobes of his brain, and I found that a lot of people are experiencing that as well, and they don't understand and they don't know, and I've been able to learn a lot about food allergies and how all that affects the behavior of your children, or just the focus of their focus.
Right.
And
well, there's so many kids with attention deficit
Right.
and ADD.
and people don't realize our food has a lot to do with
food
that.
has a lot to do
Yeah.
with it. And whether it's processed
Right.
or organic or,
Right.
but there seems to
Or
be a lot
sugar.
more. Yeah,
Yeah.
sugar is a big one too.
Yeah.
Just
'Cause
seems
it's
like we have more
inflammatory.
problems nowadays in, our
Oh,
diet.
I agree.
And it's causing symptoms.
Right.
That, given, I don't know, brain fog and
Right.
kinds of weird
Right.
things.
depression, anxiety.
It's true.
Yeah.
So you could put actually all of that into one cookbook.
I could.
You could do
I'd love to see your
gluten-free
beautiful
recipes.
illustrations of your
from
cakes.
Louisiana recipes,
Right.
homemade.
I can't forget the Louisiana recipes.
Yeah, and then also pastries and cake stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, you could do
Yes.
all of
You're
it.
giving me ideas.
Yes,
Angela.
see?
Yeah, a combo.
Yeah, combo of everything.
Yes.
A little bit of everything for everybody.
I'm thinking about it.
And you have this thing as you're from Louisiana, but you live in Texas.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah.
People will buy your
There you
book.
go.
And Texas
will buy your book.
we've rubbed off on you, so
Yeah.
you've got the Mexican influence now.
Yeah.
The
French,
Mexican,
Mexican,
the French, the
yeah.
Italian.
Right. I've got it
Mexican.
all. I love Mexican food. It's one of my favorites as well. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you're going to do next.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about products for a minute.
Okay.
So, what did you bring today to talk about for your products?
Okay, so I love these, and I don't want to make this too loud by the microphone, but so as working with cakes and constantly washing your hands, and you have to keep your hands clean all the time. my hands would be so dry. Winter, summer, dry. I've been using this soap for about maybe 10 or 11 years now, but not as my permanent soap, like on my bathroom. I've always had like the Bath and Body Works antimicrobial soap, whatever. And I realized that was drying out my hands. And so I started using this as my regular soap. It's
What's
called
the name of it?
Pré de Provence, and it's a French soap. This particular scent is sea salt, and this one is another one of my favorites. It's ginger citrus, and it has like a little scrub on the back.
Ooh, I love soap.
But
too.
Bars of soap.
it's all natural. I say it's all natural. I mean,
Is
it's
it
made.
like with goat milk or something?
I mean,
or?
there's very few ingredients in it. And so
it smells
when I
amazing.
started using that a couple of years ago, that was the first time in the winter that my
have seen
hands
this.
didn't get like real chapped and dry. So yes, I love that. And I have multiple bars of this around my house.
This
and it
smells
comes in a lot of
amazing.
different scents.
Do you order
So-
it online or do you go to a boutique
Yeah,
here in the area?
I mean, I usually order online directly from Pré de Provence, but
Oh.
yes.
Well, I think I might have seen those at Home Goods or TJ Maxx maybe.
I don't know like where if they sell them locally because I've just always ordered them online.
them
But I know like in fact, I found this. There was a boutique. They're not open anymore, but it was just this really bougie boutique that was Legacy in the Tollway in Plano. And I used to work at the Starbucks over there like a long time ago when everything was first building up, and she would carry those products in her store. So
Well, that's another
how I
thing we
found
have in
out.
common is I worked at Starbucks too, and now I remember
yes,
that.
Yes, I remember that now that you said that.
Yeah. So Wendy and I know each other from church. And her husband used to be the youth pastor at our church. We worked in the youth together for years.
Yes.
Like years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her little kids grew up in Life Kids, and now I help in Life Kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a long journey of
Yes.
friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Watching our kids grow up.
Yes. Oh, she's seen my kids grow up too.
Yes.
The
What
good,
is-
the
what
bad,
do
the
you have
ugly.
there?
right?
Yes, right.
Okay, so I have the Moroccan Oil Weightless Hydrating Mask. It's yummy.
I love that stuff.
Okay, now is that a mask
So
for hair or for
hair?
face?
This is
okay.
for hair.
Yeah.
And Moroccan Oil is this brand. Oh my gosh, it smells heavenly. And like all of their products smell the
Oh,
same.
that smells really good.
And
See,
so
I
if you like this smell,
Yes, I love that
you
smell.
you should buy this for your hair and actually
Okay.
be fine for your hair. I always use it in the summer because I want to smell like this all the time.
Yeah, it does smell good.
So I use it in the
Smells really
summer
good.
mostly. Yeah, I love Moroccan Oil for summertime.
Okay, so this one is the Moroccan Oil Moisturize Repair Conditioner and the shampoo. And I really like these. I've been
And they
using
smell like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got the big ones because I don't like using the retail size, so I
Right.
like using the
The
33.
big with the pump. I like
yeah, with the
I
pump.
prefer
'cause
the pump
I don't
as
want to
well.
over waste.
Right.
But yeah, it's color safe, sulfate. Yeah, it's got a whole
Sulfate free.
bunch of- Yep, it's got a lot of good ingredients in it. So, anyways, this is my products.
And like for me, I need like my hair. It's naturally curly, but I like to wear it straight too. And so I need something. It tends to be more on the dry side because of whatever reason. It becomes dry. So I need moisture for my
Yeah,
curls.
usually
Yeah.
curly hair is drying.
Yeah.
So if you put some type of moisture into it, it just hydrates it so much. But they also have one for curly hair in this line as well.
Yeah.
So
And then they have an oil too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
See, when I wear it straight, I need something.
They've got a smoothing
Yeah, I need
gel
a smoother
and
because it gets frizzy.
they've got a whole bunch of
otherwise.
different products.
Yeah.
And they all smell
And what brand is it?
delicious. Moroccan Oil.
Just Moroccan oil. Okay.
Moroccan oil. We're going to go to a hair show in a couple of months for
Yeah.
it. So
We're
kinda
going to the
excited.
Moroccan Oil hair
exciting.
show.
I know.
What I'm most excited about is that with just the ticket to get in, we get a bag with $300 worth of products.
Ooh,
That's what I'm most excited
that's
about.
pretty good. And
I'm like, I don't even know what they're going to know.
Right,
That would
right.
be nice. That would be nice.
That would be nice.
I don't even know what they're going to show us, but I'm just
I have
excited
no
about the
idea.
bag. I'm going to be thankful for the bag.
Right.
you for
I
the
know
goodie
they've got
bag.
shampoo, conditioner, styling products. They might even have color within the
Yeah,
line.
because the Christmas bags actually had like the bleach packets and some.
Oh.
Did you not buy a Christmas bag from Moroccan Oil? Because I did. I bought one for my
know-
daughter-in-law, one for my daughter, and I was going to buy one for me, which I should have. But by the time I wanted to get one for me, they were sold out.
Huh. No, I bought this one tray from Moroccan Oil, and it had smoothing serum. It had the texturizing spray. It had the hairspray. Had the oil and something else.
This is like a big duffel bag.
Oh yeah, I didn't get the bag.
it was
It was a
cool.
cool thing with a tray on it. So I don't know. We're product junkies.
Yeah, no, I'm always looking for a
Always looking
great
for-
product for anything.
And we always like to try things that people say, try this,
Yeah.
because that way
yeah.
we'll know
yeah,
if somebody else
We're gonna
asks
lather
us.
it all up.
try this soap.
Yes.
I mean, it's
I'm definitely going to try that soap because I love,
me
that's
too.
what I use to wash with at home is the bars of soap.
yeah, it's non-irritating. My skin is sensitive as well, so that is non-irritating. And I mean, I couldn't believe. I'm like, this is the first winter, and it was cold. I mean, like below 30 degrees, and my hands were not
Nice.
right, like no cracking because they used to crack
That's
and
such
bleed.
a big deal.
Yeah.
It is a big deal because
Yeah.
like it hurts. I mean, it's painful and
Yes.
it doesn't.
Well,
look
our
good.
hands are wet all the time
Right.
and
All the
shampooing all the time
Right.
too.
And if we're not using really good shampoo, my hands do have a tendency to
Right.
crack and dry, and then I'm like, what is going on?
Right.
So it's important, even behind the back bar,
Yeah.
to use good product.
And I use Schwarzkopf back bar and living proof, and I have no problem ever with my
I kind of
hands.
hop around, but I'm mostly a Wella girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
And she works
shea
in
butter
Arlington.
too. I like shea
yeah.
butter. I think they make
Oh, yeah.
the Pré de Provence with a little shea butter.
I'm going to have to get on their
can-
website and check it out.
It's good. It's really
That's
good stuff.
exciting.
Lavender shea butter.
Well, thank you so much, Wendy, for coming on our podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
And look right there and tell everyone how to find you.
Well, you can find me online at Haute Cakes and Cookies. Well, it used to be hotcakesandcookies.com. Now it's HAUTECC.com. So hotcc.com.
Awesome. And we definitely want to do like a gingerbread party. That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
that would be so much fun.
They are so much fun. They're so, I mean, there's, you know.
How quick do
just
you book up for that?
Pretty quickly. People start contacting me probably at the end of August, if not
Oh, wow.
mid-August. So,
Okay.
because there's only a certain amount of time, you know, after Thanksgiving until Christmas. This year I
Okay.
actually did one the day after Christmas. So
Okay.
How big can you have your parties? I mean, do you do like 12 people?
I did 50. My
30
biggest
people?
was probably 50.
Big ones.
It's
Okay.
I can do big and small.
We should do one over at Carol's house. That'd be a perfect place to do
Be
it.
fun. I know. All right, book us.
I don't know. We're like,
Put you down.
Right? December 1st.
we gotta pick a date with Carol.
I know.
We're just gonna do it at her house.
Right, I know. Oh, gosh.
Let
She'll
her
be like,
know. We're
yeah.
coming over.
Oh, we could do it at Carlene's. That'd be even better.
That would be
She's
even
got
better.
a huge island bar type thing.
The bigger the island, the better.
yeah,
because
yeah,
all
yeah.
the jars and stuff go
Oh,
up
yeah,
there.
let's hurt her house.
We're
Okay.
just offering up our friends.
She won't mind.
They won't
No, we'll
mind.
be like, watch episode 9.
Yeah, we mentioned you.
Hint, hint. See what we're doing December 1st.
It's funny.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. We
Thank
really
you,
do
ladies.
appreciate you coming
I
on.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
Thanks
fun.
for watching us today. I'm Angela,
I'm Christine.
and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.